Hi, my name is Dr. Alexis Moody. I received my PhD in Applied Science and Technology with a concentration in bioscience, and I am a proud Title III Fellow. My focus area is evaluating biomaterials for regenerative medicine purposes, specifically for wound healing applications. Through in vitro work with cell culture, we would get our data and analyze it with statistical analysis from images and as well as bioassays. Typically, we assess cell viability and toxicity of scaffolds. This is all done both on the computer end of things and also through hands-on visualization. I'm a biologist in an engineering lab, so initially my job was to just assess the compatibility because, again, they are designing scaffolds that are designed to improve wound healing and be implanted on the body. So they needed a biologist to come in and really tell them how the scaffolds reacted or how the wound dressings reacted when they were exposed to cells and or tissues. But as I spent more time there, I wanted to learn those engineering skills, and I decided that it would be perfect for my dissertation to design my own scaffold. And that process involved utilizing natural elements like zinc, magnesium, calcium, things that our body naturally needs to heal. But I brought a little biologist twist on it, and I coated my scaffolds with proteins, the same proteins that people with chronic wounds may lack. So at the end, we had great results, and we saw that the scaffolds not only were biocompatible, but they also accelerated healing in chronic wound models. So something interesting that I discovered is that there were similar trends when our scaffolds were designed. Something interesting that I found when working with the scaffold design and analyzing the compatibility is that there were similar trends conserved amongst different cell types. So whether we tested with one cell or another cell, the cells kind of synergistically work together and conserve the trend to accelerate healing. So I really was interested in pursuing a PhD, but funding was a major issue. A lot of programs at the time when I began were not offering as much funding and support as the Title III Fellowship was. So not only was the financial assistance great, but also the opportunity to surround myself with like-minded individuals, also people of color who wanted to pursue a PhD degree as well. The overall broader impact of my research is to design a biomaterial scaffold, so a scaffold that has these bio capabilities in order to accelerate wound healing. And right now on the market, there are wound dressings that are designed to cover and coat wounds, but the purpose of our scaffold is to really bring the next generation of materials and therapies out to people who are suffering from chronic wounds. I'm very grateful for the fellowship because we were offered the opportunity to participate in workshops that really helped us hone in on our academic and career goals. Being able to speak to people who are already working, who already gained their PhDs, who came in for financial help, who talked to us about how to structure and write a dissertation was very helpful during my time here. So I had no idea about North Carolina INT until I actually got here. The school was recommended to me by one of my previous mentors when I got my master's degree in Hampton. So it was all a shock coming here, but I really did love my time here, and I'm glad that I chose A&T to pursue a PhD. I have a unique curriculum because my work is very interdisciplinary. I had to take courses in not only the biology field, but also in the engineering field. And one of the courses that really impacted me was the biomaterials research course, where we learned about artificial organs. We had a visiting professor from a school in Pennsylvania come and teach the course, and we were able to see real-world applications of what scientists have been developing, and we're able to really research and hone in on the skills needed to be successful in that field. The biggest challenge that I faced was perseverance, especially as a scientist that works with wet lab materials. 9 times out of 10 experiments might fail, but that's what we learn. We learn not to give up, to keep on optimizing protocols in order to get the understanding of what's going on. And I noticed that when we do spend time to optimize protocols, things that we might not know can actually happen and be beneficial to the research outcome. So it was really challenging to force myself to come in after a failed experiment and do it again and over again and over again. But now looking back, I appreciate the ability to do that, and I also appreciate Title III for allowing me to use materials and order equipment that I need to be successful with my research. Now that I've finished my PhD, one of my main goals is to secure a job in either industry or in a regulatory space. I want to take the knowledge that I've learned to apply it to making a product or advising others who would like to make a similar product on how to get FDA approval, how to start a business with biomaterials. So my ultimate goal out of here is to use this knowledge and expertise that I've gained through my research, through my manuscripts, and apply that in a career. Something that I would tell a future applicant would be to pick the correct advisor, to understand your research, and to make sure you have a passion for what you are doing. 9 times out of 10, if you do not have the passion for what you are doing, you might be upset, or you might have experience that might change your mind when it comes to PhD work. So this is a very challenging thing to do. Again, PhDs are only the 2% of the world, and so as long as you pick the correct advisor, you love what you do, you understand your work, you'll be okay. And thanks to scholarships like Title III, we're able to have the resources necessary. So for example, if you have interest in something but your advisor might not have the funding, you can still express your interest and also reach out and apply to the Title III office for any assistance as well to help you get your work done. Yes, I've been going to conferences since I actually began this fellowship program. Altogether, I've been able to present at over 10 conferences. 2 of those conferences were here at North Carolina A&T, and also the 2 that I presented here, I was able to snag a 2nd place award. I love going out and speaking and sharing my work, and I'm grateful for Title III for the assistance and allowing me to travel and talk and network and explore other parts of the country that I might not otherwise be able to, and share my research at the same time. Yes, right now I'm currently leaving A&T with 5 publications. There are only 2 required for the Applied Science Technology program, but through connecting and networking with people in my lab and other labs, I was able to secure 5 publications, and I'm working on 2 more before I finish here. I gained public speaking skills. I've always been able to communicate, but now that I've been given the opportunity to travel around, I think that I've advanced my public speaking skills. I've also gained more technical skills. So again, I came from a biology background into an engineering space, so I learned how to do things like electrospinning, which is a technique used to manufacture the fibers, or 3D printing. So I'm very grateful for that opportunity as well.